live. What is up, everybody? Man, Friday. I am Edwin, the comic jabroni. What is going on? Let me close some stuff out here and let me get everything ready. Booyah. So, Edwin, the comic jabroni, in the house live on Fridays, as I usually have been doing for the past month. Let me say hello to my homie, DJ OG, Danny Boy. Peru says good afternoon, Mr. Jabroni. What is up? Danny, thanks for joining, man. You are one of those supporters of mine that I appreciate a ton. So, let me do it. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, man. What's good, Z-Los? Que lo que hay? My homie Samuel David. What's going on, man? So, Fridays, guys, I've been doing for the past, month and a half or so. I like to go live on Fridays after I get out of class. I get home. I kind of wind down a little bit. And then I get everything set up. Coffee breath in the house. What's up, y'all? So today we are going to discuss the independent comics that I picked up on New Comic Book Day on Wednesday. Yesterday's video that I dropped, I talked about the Marvel and the DC comics that I picked up. And I picked up 10 books, right? I think it was 5 DC and 5 Marvel books. I thought there was some great stuff out there. Marauders is still one of those X-Men books that I'm enjoying, even though it's only 2 issues deep. I'm enjoying this whole pirate story, man. And then you got the Hellfire Club and, the White Queen. She's kind of taking over. We know who the Red Queen is now, and that is Kitty Pryde. Oh, Vanessa Ocasio in the house. What's up, babe? That's my lovely, lovely wife from the other room. She is actually working in the other room right now. So Marauders was really good, and I thought my DC pick, and I chose it in thinking I'm a historian, man. I love history. I'm going to school for history. I want to be a history teacher. So when I read that Von Fries book, although the artwork was not great, right? I thought Sean Murphy was going to be doing the artwork, but it wasn't Sean Murphy. It was Klaus Janson. And I didn't think the artwork was that great. But to me, the story was so, intriguing. I loved it. And Germany during World War II, Nazi Germany, and DC characters and in a story that I kind of know, but it's a different take on it, right? Still the same things probably happen in that universe, but now we're getting it from the aspect of these DC comic characters, and I just really enjoyed it, man, and how, Mr. Freeze's dad was a scientist working on the cryo technology that we know Mr. Freeze works on, and he had a business partner that was Jewish. So he didn't want to rat him out, but Hitler and Himmler knew of this cryotech and they wanted to use it for weaponry. And they enlist him into the SS. He doesn't want to be part of the SS, but he knows that if he wants to continue on with this cryotech science that he's working on, he has to kind of join them. But he is harboring fugitives, right? These Jewish people, this Jewish family and his business partner in that lab. I thought it was a great story. I've seen from other people, Perry Comics in the house. What's up, brother? Perry didn't like it. But you know what? That's the beauty of comic books, guys. And I hope you guys, I know I've been talking for a while now, and if you didn't hear me correctly, or if I'm if the microphone's not working, you would have told me. But that's the beauty of comics, right? I can read something and you can read the exact same thing, and I'd love it and you might not like it, but we're still homies and we still love each other, and this comic community is amazing. Comic Collector 86 in the house says, what's up, brother? Zelos Comics still haven't read it, but looking forward to it. Yeah, man, go into it with an open mind, right? It is a filler issue in this Curse of the White Knight, and it tells you that at the end of it, that it was supposed to be a book dropped during White Knight, right? Last year's critically acclaimed story from Sean Murphy. But for some reason, he couldn't get it out. So he actually dropped it now during this Curse of the White Knight in between issues, 4 and 5. So it is a filler issue. And at the very end, you do get part of that Sean Murphy story where Batman and Mr. Freeze are kind of together and he has to get something from Mr. Freeze. So if you've been reading Curse of the White Knight and you're invested in that story like I am, you'll appreciate it, man. And if you're a historian, a history fan like I am, you'll like it as well, man. I pooped on it. Yeah, you did, but it's all good, man. Who else we have in the house? Second Street Marvel says, what up, y'all? What's up, Second Street? We are going to discuss independent comic books that I picked up. I picked up 5, and actually 4 of them are new comic book day, like actually from this Wednesday. And one of them is from like 2 or 3 weeks ago that Perry reviewed, and he put me onto it. And I wonder, what is it, Perry? Which one could it be, huh? Comics Club in the house, the comic pusher. That is my homie from down in Tampa Bay, right? Tampa, Florida. Can't wait to go down there to Tampa and meet you guys. Random 0210 in the house. What's up, Zach? How you doing over there in Georgia? Hope you're having a great day, man. Let me get some water, and we're gonna get into these reviews, man. What's going on in the comic book world today that you guys have seen? If you have been watching the Titans on the DC Universe app, it just came out, I think, this morning that Dick Grayson is going to be turning into Nightwing on the show, which we all kind of speculated on, but now it is a for real happening. He has his new costume. They showed the new costume off. It looks really great, man. Small Tropolis in the house, 0144. Greetings, my friend. I'm waiting for the trade. The trade for Curse of the White Knight. Pope Cerebus, good deal. We'll buy that Von Freeze. Thanksgiving. There you go, man. Comics Club. Yes, Tampa Bay area. Brandon is our town. The indie books, there you go. Indie books, waiting for the trade on the indies. Two Gun Pedro, que pasa? Yo, Jabroni. So, the first book up from Boom Studios, and this is the one that came out like 3 weeks ago, but I picked it up, man. I still saw a copy of it at the shop. Perry spoke very highly of this book, and it is The Magicians. This is from Boom Studios, although up here on the top it says Archaea. But I believe that they might be an offshoot of Boom Studios, because if you look on the back, it says Boom Studios down here. The Magicians, man, really good story. I'm going to pull up, as we always do every time I go live. I'm going to pull up Comic Book Roundup, guys. Absolutely love this website, and I know I've put a bunch of y'all onto it. I don't know if this was a new thing to you guys. You didn't really know about this website, but it is a great website for reviews where you can log in yourself, right? It's a free membership. You just free login and you go in and review the books yourself, man. That's awesome. And you can see what other people are reviewing it as well. Perry Comics says, oh snap, it's the Shredder. I'll be at the shop at 12 tomorrow. There you go, Comics Club, man. So Comic Book Roundup, man. If you ever have a thought about buying a book and you're not really sure, and maybe I didn't impress you on it, or I didn't pick it up myself, Perry didn't pick it up, any of us reviewers on YouTube, check out Comic Book Roundup, guys. They have a ton of reviews, critics and users like myself and yourself. Wolf Warner is always on here, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see Wolf Warner's reviews on here. So we are talking about The Magicians. So Magicians issue number 1, it came out November 6th, written by Lila Sturgis. Artist is P.S. Back. Got a 7.9 from critics, a 6.0 from users. It is only one user, so you got to kind of take that with a grain of salt. Maybe this guy just, whoever it was, didn't like magic or whatever it was. Comics Club says, you always impress, Jabroni. Thank you so much, man. Danny Boy says, ooh, that's a very good read. Adult Harry Potter. Exactly what I'm thinking, man. Adult Harry Potter kind of follows the story of these 6 characters you see here on the cover, where there's 3 characters that are magicians, but they're called like hedge magicians. They subscribe to this hedge magic, and it's more of a unsanctioned magic, right? And then there's this school, kind of like what we see in Harry Potter, where this is a school where magicians go to learn more about traditional magic. So these three that follow this hedge magic get accepted into this break bill school, and now they have to kind of integrate inside of the school. There's the kids at this school that don't want them to be there because they think this magic is dangerous. And then there's these 3 that are trying to show them that, hey, we're just as good magicians as you guys are. I think the artwork in here is pretty good, man. And I'm all for, let me show you some of that artwork there. I am all for magic books, man. I've been reading Excellence, and I know my homie Wolf Warner is in the house. Yo, Wolf Warner. Harry Potter, what does Random say? Harry Potter and the Curse of the White Knight. That is a book that I would buy. I know Wolf Warner and I have been talking a lot about Excellence. Excellence is a great magic-based comic book, man. But this one's pretty good. I'm going to show you this one part where the two like different student bodies are kind of showing each other what they can do, what the traditional magic can do and what this hedge magic can do. And this kid, and I'm going to actually blow those back up. So this kid right here says, say something. And he actually grabs the word bubble of the comic book and turns it into a balloon. Like, that's cool. They're kind of breaking the fourth wall. You know what I mean? I liked it. The end, one of the traditionalist magicians kind of goes a little too far with what she can do, and she ends up burning herself to a crisp. So I recommend it, man. If you're into magic, if you're a fan of Harry Potter, if you read the books, you watched the movie, if you've been reading Excellence and you really like it, I think this is a really good book. Watch Perry Comics review on it. I think Perry, when was it? Like two weeks ago on that. Perry Comics. Oh, my brother, 90 MF Comics. Chad is in the house. YouTube is 90. Danny Boy says, I think it was about an 8.0 for me with art to match. Yeah, I would say so. I don't know. That user said 6.0. I would think 8, 8.5. I thought it was pretty good, man. Pope Cerebus, Brandon Thomas of Excellence was at my LCS signing on Wednesdays. That's awesome, man. That Excellence series is so good, man. Hack79 in the house. What's up, Hack? How you doing, man? Thanks for joining me on this beautiful Friday. I hope you guys are having a great day. Wolf Warner, I think you may like Rick Remender's Death or Glory. I think I have issue 1 of Death or Glory, and that's the one about the girl, right, that has the car. She drives around. I could be wrong about that. I think that's the one. I think I picked up issue 1 because it had some spec value, and I read it, and it really wasn't for me, man. Comics Club, if it's done cleverly, I like it when the fourth wall is broken. Some overdo it. Yeah, like Deadpool. I think Deadpool sometimes can overdo breaking the fourth wall, in my opinion. Not the biggest Deadpool fan. He tries to be too funny, or whoever is writing him. But this is cool, man. Like, these magicians are kind of battling back and forth. They're not having a battle. They're just showing you, like, hey, I can do this. Oh, I can do this. And the one guy says, okay, say something. The guy starts talking. The word bubble's there, and he plucks it out. He plucks it out of the air and blows it up into a balloon. I thought it was cool, man. Perry comment, yeah, a few weeks ago, thumbnail with the X-Men girl with the big tatas. Flippin' Perry, man. So, well, everybody have a good Friday. Got to go back to work. Zelos, thanks for joining me, man. This is definitely going to be up later on for replay. Glitter and duct tape in the house says good afternoon, folks. Now, the next book is one that Perry and I have talked about and joked about on Buyer Pass, and I think it's funny. I think it's a great book. People thought it was going to be too sexual, but it's actually a pretty funny book, and that's going to be Money Shot issue number 2, and this is from Vault, right? Vault Comics. You see this girl kind of getting a little undressed here. Oh boy, this is a Copa. This is not for kids, not for kids, guys. So it is written by Tim Seeley and Sarah Beatty. Artist is Rebecca Isaacs. Now, if you saw my review for the first issue, you know that I liked it. I thought it was a hilarious book. Yes, there is some sexy scenes in there, but it's a funny book, man, and the concept is cool. These scientists aren't getting paid to do what they want to do, so they have found a way to get paid for streaming sexual acts with aliens out in space. And this book, this issue number 2, kind of tells you, why Earth doesn't go out into space like they should. They have, aliens have come down to Earth. Aliens have pretty much figured out that Earth is insane. They don't want anything to do with it, so they take off, and Earth doesn't go out into space anymore. But these scientists have figured out ways to get out there, but they are having sex on camera with aliens and streaming it to the world. My buddy Zach, Random Zero, says, great show, man. Sorry I can't stay long. These fish ain't gonna catch themselves. Zach, I will check you later. Let's play some Fortnite later on. And for anybody else that plays Fortnite, or you've never really tried and you want to play, hey, hit me up, man. Me and my buddy Zach, we're always looking for more team members to play. My cup of TTs. So one of the best things about this issue, though, this particular one, issue number 2, is you get this backstory. They go through like this history lesson of how sex and pornography came into the world, and you can see it down here. Porn 101. So they're kind of, these scientists are sitting around and saying, hey, if we're going to go out into space, we need to learn as much as we can about porn and how to market it and what to do. So I'll show you a little bit more, man. So, and then if you see up in the top corner, it's like hour 8.75. So they're going through like this 9-hour PowerPoint lecture about pornography. And I laughed so much, man, reading this book. I thought it was really good. It has kind of a cliffhanger ending. I liked it. I'm going to be continuing on reading Money Shot. Let's go over to Comic Book Roundup. 8.0 from critics. It's 3 critics and 1 user absolutely hated it. I mean, they absolutely hated it. That is obviously not me or Perry. Let's see, user Aaron, AREN 1.0. Aaron, why the hell did you pick up the book if you did not like? If you picked up issue 1, and you kind of liked it, what's the difference in this one? This one was just as good as the first one. I don't understand. But critics. We see here, Monkeys Fighting Robots, Vault Comics Money Shop continues to show it's more than just sex with aliens. It's a character-driven, plot-filled second issue. Yeah, it's got a lot of plot building. What do we got here? What do we got? Old Wolf is in the house. What's up, Old Wolf? That's my bourbon brother. What's going on? Hack79, PC or console, Edwin. I play on the PlayStation 4, but the beauty about Fortnite is it can play all the systems, right? If you have it on PS4, you can play with people that play on Xbox One or the PC. 1.0 Wolf Warner, come on, dude. Yeah, for real, come on, man. It's way better than 1.0 to me. It's for the last, man. It's for the lulz. Is that what the young people were saying nowadays? I laughed. I thought it was good, man. Really thought it was a great book. I can't wait to read more of it. Yes, do I pick it up because I'm a dirty old man sometimes? Maybe. But I thought it was a good read. It's a fun read. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and I talk about that a lot on this show or other shows that you watch that I'm on. Is sometimes a comic book is great because it doesn't take itself seriously, right? It's just trying to be a good read. It's not too deep. You don't have to rack your brain when you're reading it and have to see these, oh, but does it mean this? And I see this, this is drawn this way. Could it mean this? And in 20 issues, is this going to be this way? Sometimes I want to read a comic book and just have fun reading it, laugh, look at the artwork, think the artwork is great, and just have a good time with it, man. I hope you guys, follow along with that. Old Wolf 65 says, Edwin, what are you sipping tonight? Let me tell you that this morning before I went to class, Old Wolf, I went bourbon hunting. There is it's called Total Wine right down the street from here. It's like a Walmart size liquor store. And Friday mornings, they get their shipments of allocated items. Allocated items means that it's harder to find more rare bourbons. And I went there hoping to get some Blantons. They did not, but they had one that I haven't seen in forever. I've never seen this, and it is a Heaven Hill bottled and bond, man. And I picked that up, so I'm probably going to open that up tonight and drink that. Immortal Biggie Shack says, yo, what's up, man? Danny boy, it's just a comic book for real, Perry Comics. I can never get kills in Fortnite. This season, they have made it easier to get kills in Fortnite because they place you in groups of your own, experience level, right? So it's way easier. I used to be a guy that couldn't, I'd get 1 kill in Fortnite, but now, I play a game of solo and I get 3 or 4 kills in a win here or there. Old Wolf, sometimes a comic book is just a comic book. Exactly, man. A comic book is just a comic book. Let me see. Sometimes you guys are going fast now. Comics Club, I like the first issue, Money Shop. Haven't checked out issue number 2, but 2 didn't sell well for us. It's probably because there wasn't a sexy cover like the first one was either. I don't know. Perry Comics, news one that dropped 3 weeks ago. I'll pick one up. Comic Intellect P, what's up? He says, sup, guys. Class Porno 101. Yes, they are having a porn discussion in this book. If you don't know a lot about porn, pick this up, man. You'll get a history lesson on it. It's funny, man. I thought that the read was hilarious. Immortal Biggie Shaq Jabronis are drunk. Not right now, man. Not me. Not live. I do not drink. I can't say that either because I have had some drinks. But when I'm doing a show like this, man, I like to stay clear-headed and I only drink water. Let's see. 90MF says Biggie. Perry Comics, okay, maybe I'll re-download it. Yeah, re-download Fortnite. It has gotten a lot more fun this season. Last season was probably the worst season of Fortnite ever, right? And this new season with this new map and everything, it has gotten way more fun. 90MF Chad says, we need to do a TMNT 100 review when it drops. Yes, we need to bring back the Turtle Clan, man. Reviews in a half shell. That was fun times. Let's do that again, Chad. Let's check out the next book. This is from Valiant. And this is a book that I talked about on Buy or Pass that it was going to be a cover buy. Like, man, I'm trying to get away from cover buys. But when I saw this cover, I couldn't help myself, guys. And that's going to be Rye. Issue number 1. I picked up this red C cover. In my mind, I think this is just one of the dopest covers out there, dude. With him, gray like this, grayed out in the red, really coming out of the background. I absolutely loved it. Air Spider 23 says, "What's up, everybody?" Comics Club. I always recommend that people have a drink before watching my show. So people, when they watch that Shred show, man, they go a little nutty. What did you guys pick up Rye issue number 1? I know this is an older character. It's been around for a while, part of this whole Valiant universe. I had never read Rye before. This is going to be the first time that I'd ever read Rye. The writer is Dan Abnett. Artist is Juan Jose Rip. Rip? Yeah, I guess Rip. Let me see. I'm going to put it down here. Does that say Rip? I don't know. I love this red though, man. Hack 79, I only play Destiny, but never got on PS4 as I used to. Mortal Biggie Shaq. Got some heaters today. I'll show you on Power Hour. There we go. Can't wait to see that, man. So, the first thing that hit me before I even read this, man, was I think the artwork is fantastic, man. And this is a brand new story following Rye and this other character. I don't know if it's a new character. I have not read Rye before, like I said. But this Rye Jin, and that Rye Jin is like an older version of what Rye is. And I'll show you that right there. There's Rye. Badass, man. I really dig it. So Rye is like this super superior cybernetic, robot that's into ninjas, and he's the protector of New Japan. I don't know. Everything I know about Rye and everything I know about Valiant is coming from this one issue, which is cool because this kind of gives you some backstory on what's been happening. If you've never read Rye before, you get into this. If you pick up this first issue, you'll get a good deal of knowledge of not Valiant, but Rye universe, of what's been happening. And there's this awesome fight scene going on between Rye and these kind of invaders, these wasteland invaders, where it doesn't even look like Rye is moving, but he is beating the holy hell out of these guys. And you could see that, like, he has this motion blur about him. So it really reminds me of like Dragon Ball. If you guys ever seen Dragon Ball Z, like Goku moves when they're fighting, right, on Dragon Ball, they move so fast that to the naked eye you can't see anything, right? And that's kind of how fast Rye is moving, and he's taking advantage. But it's a really good read. I'm gonna move on over to Comic Book Roundup so we can see what they have there. 8.3 from critics and a 9.0 from users, although it is just one user. And let me see, is it Wolf? It's my boy Wolf Warner. Wolf says red cover is totally flammable. Yeah, it's hot, bro. Comic Intellect P, very sharp. Dig that cover. I thought so too. When I saw it, I was like, dude, I have to have that. Old Wolf, I have it, but I haven't read it yet. Two Gun Pedro, that's a sick cover. It is sick, man. Is that Crush's brother, right? I don't think so, but I get what you're saying. So my boy Wolf says Rye is back and better than ever. I hope Bloodshot movie does well so that Rye can eventually show on big screen. That lead was dope. Yes, for sure. I really enjoyed Rye, and I talked to the Comic Triple Threat, in our Instagram. We have a group message, and I said, dude, I've never read Rye before. This is the first time. I picked it up for cover, but I read it and I totally enjoyed this read. Guys, if you want something where it's just action packed, some samurai, it's set in the future, set in like the year 4000 or something like that. Dude, if you want action packed, it's a great book to read. Comics Club, Mortal Biggie Shaq, gotta go, nap time, peace and chicken grease. Biggie, peace out, brother. Thanks for joining me, man. Check the replay later on. Comics Club, we go severely allocated on LCSD books. Not happy with what happened at all. Didn't get half damn titles and only a few of the others. Pissed me off. What one do you want? I guess he is talking to Perry. Wolf Warner Divinity, Livewire, Killers, Bloodshot, Hot Valiant books. If Bloodshot movie is dope, Valiant universe. I have Rye issue 0, right? The non-glossy cover. I have that. If this Bloodshot movie does as well as I hope it does, I'm going to sell that book, man. It's a character. It's a book. First appearance of Bloodshot, I think it is. I don't really care about it. I picked it up at a great price, and I think I could probably double my money on that book. So I'll probably be selling that. So if that's a book you guys are looking for, hit me up on Instagram, guys. I do have it. Comics Club, Right covers are beautiful. Comic Intellect, might have to grab it. Yeah, man, definitely give it a shot. If you want action, if you want some samurai action, some great dialogue in there too between Rai and this Rai Jin, because they're kind of brothers to each other. Although Rai Jin is the little one, he is an earlier version of what Rai is. He calls him little brother, and I think I thought it was great. Danny Boy, I'm too far over my budget to start a new comic book. Bruh, it's time to start looking at your pull list and maybe cutting it down. That's what I had to do this week. I didn't pick up Excalibur, which I said was going to be on the pull. I didn't pick that up. Justice League Dark a few months back, I decided I'm going to cut that out, man. So I took that off my pull list. Sometimes you got to make the hard choices to read something new that you might enjoy more, right? Does that make sense? Somebody put that on a damn t-shirt. Edwin is philosophical as F. Get that money, jabroni. Yeah, man, I'm almost at 1,000, guys. I'm so excited. Me and Perry, man, we are climbing our way up to that 1,000 subscriber mark, and then I'm gonna be rich, bitch. Crazy, man. Crazy, dog. Perry Comics says, oh, damn, I was looking for Philadelphia, Walking Dead, Alien, Absolute Carnage #5, Virgin. I heard something about Power Rangers. Perry, you ass hasn't been reading Absolute Carnage. You are going to pick that up just to flip it. I know you. Let's talk about Funko. What's up, Edwin? What is up, Funko, man? How are you doing? I got 2 books left. 90MF says you can read everything online too. Yes, you absolutely can read everything online. So if you decide you read something online and you really like it, go to your LCS and go pick that book up, right? It helps out your local comic shop, and it helps out... let me get back to the big screen. Boom, there I am. Helps out your local comic shop, and it helps out that independent publisher, right? Maybe if it's DC or Marvel... Tell them, they sell enough books. But an independent publisher, if you read something online that you like, go to your LCS, help them out, and help that publisher out, man. Danny does make sense, but damn it. Let's talk about Funko. What's up, Perry? Hack79, LOL. You guys not worried about Copa? No, I am not worried about Copa at all. Let's not get it twisted, guys, right? Like, yes, they can fine you, but that's going to be after a few times that you totally messed the system up. But myself, Rod, who just hit over 1,000, Perry, who's about to hit over 1,000, even Reggie, who's at like 5,000. Some of these guys, we still not big channels, right? We're still minuscule compared to these channels that I think they're really going after, man. These toy channels, these video game channels that have 100,000 subscribers, right? 250,000 subscribers. Those are the guys they're going to be going after. I don't think they give 2 Fs about us little bitty comic YouTubers, man. And I'm sorry that I said it that way. I have fun doing this, though, and I will continue to say that. Comic Intellect P making me jealous. I'm trying to just hit my first 100. I said it last week, and I'll keep saying it. You got to be consistent with your content, and you have to push out content that you're having fun with. Right? If you're making these videos and you go to edit it or whatever you're doing and you're not having fun, you're like, dude, then it's gonna come across on the video. At the very beginning of this journey for me, I wasn't having a lot of fun. right? But then I met Rod and I met Perry and I met a lot of these guys on YouTube, and we all started discussing comics together, and this has become so much more fun to me. So a lot of it is kind of join a group, right? And you're part of this group, man. You're in here. You're chatting with me and jump on some of these live streams. Get with Rod. Rod is the live streaming king of YouTube, of the comic YouTubers, man. So toss those to the side for me. Oh, Perry, hit up Comics Club some other time. I worried about copping these nuts. Comics Club, having a blast with our YouTube stuff. Yeah, man, you gotta have a great time with it. I have a awesome time. I'm slowly but surely starting to come into this YouTube live and having a little bit more fun with it. At first, I was kind of nervous about coming on live and doing it by myself. I don't know how Perry and some of you guys do this for 3 or 4 hours by yourself, especially in this room that I'm in. It's super hot in here. I sweat. By the time I leave this live stream, I'll go out there. I'm like, I ask my wife, babe, did I sweat? In the back of my shirt's all sweaty, man. Let's talk about Funko. I'm normally on my personal page. Oh, Reggie Balines. All right. And love when you finally got my last name right. Balines, man. Yeah. Reggie, thank you for joining me, brother. I got 2 books left. Let's get through these. Next book up is one of my personal favorites from IDW, and I love it. And I'm sad that this is the end of this series, but it's going to continue. And that's going to be Kanto, man. Issue number 6. Wolf Warner says I started with 23 people last year, almost at 400. Yeah, got to keep grinding, guys. It is a grind, but make the grind fun, right? Make friends out of this. I have made some friends through this YouTube game that, we'll be friends for life. I hope, in my heart, I really hope. And I'm getting a little sappy. But I truly believe that, man. There are people in this YouTube community that I've met that I would have never met if it wasn't for this. So, Kanto, did you guys pick this up, and have you been picking it up? I love this series, this adventure, written by David M. Booher. Artist is Drew Zucker. This is issue 6. It is the last issue in the first series. We find out at the end of this that, yes, I think in February is the second part of this series. Let me see. I know it says it in here. But we will... Oh, there it goes. Kanto's world gets much larger and much smaller as his adventure continues in 2020. So in this issue, he is on that adventure, right? He is off to find the girl that he loves, her heart, because he comes from these little people that don't have hearts, they have clocks. And once the clock stops, they're dead. And she's running out of time. So he has to go on an adventure to go get her heart. And he has to go get it from this person named the Shrouded Man. So there is a fight between him and the Shrouded Man in this issue. And it's at the very beginning. A lot of this issue is more of just kind of the ending of this story. But here's this awesome splash page. Boom, the Shrouded Man versus Kanto. But he gets back from this adventure without the heart, but he finds out that the people that he comes from, they were slaves, but they have, because of his courage to go on this adventure, they also have now had courage, and they fight back against their slavers. It is an awesome series. I really think that this is like the next cartoon to happen, man. In the vein of those, the kind of a claymation. I think a claymation for this will be a definite hit. Wolf Warner says Kanto rocks. Perry Intellects, laugh my ass off intellect. Let's talk about Funko. I follow Wolf Warner on both my accounts too. He picked up Mad Comics on Wednesday. Oh, Wolf, I feel the same way. Edwin, I hope you're talking about Kanto, brother. I think it is just a fantastic story, man. Sometimes that's what I want in a comic. I just want a good adventure story, man. And that's what this is. And I absolutely loved it. And I can't wait till like the second series comes out. I think that this will be a cartoon or something coming up that I would definitely have my kids watch. I think my kids would absolutely love this if they watched it in a movie. Danny Boy says, Kanto has been a great book. I have it rated 8.5 and glad it's going to come back. Let's check out the rating, actually. Kanto, issue number 6, 9.5 from critics. There's no user review, so Wolf Warner didn't jump on here. Got a 10 and then a 9.0 from Word of Nerd. Myself, yeah, I'm giving it 8.5 to a 9.0, man. Let's go 8.7. Let's just go right in 8.7. I loved it. I think it's just a fantastic story, man, and it's all about heart and courage, and this character having to fight back. You know, he's this big, and the monsters and stuff that he's fighting are huge, but he has that courage to fight back, right? And it's like the story of Rocky, man. He's coming out of obscurity, and he's going to take down, he's going to take down the mighty monster. Wolf, I have to go, guys. I'm still at work. Catch you guys later. Wolf, thanks for joining me, man. I will take a picture of that bourbon that I bought today, and I'll send it to you, Wolf, on Instagram. So I think Kanto was great. It would be my read of the week if it wasn't for this next issue. And I think a lot of you probably picked it up from Boom Studios. Did you guys actually see that a comic book sold from here in Texas? I'm going to try to pull that up, man, before we jump into this last, let's see, where is it? Like Marvel issue number 1. There it is. Check this out, guys. Marvel Comics number 1 auction ends $1.26 million, man, a 9.4. That's crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy. I think it was here. I thought it was here in Texas, but maybe I'm thinking wrong, because I see Pennsylvania mailman who purchased every first issue he could of both comic books and magazines. Started in the 1940s. Collection has been brought to market by Chicago dealer Gary Colubuano. That's insane, man. $1.26 million, guys. So, hey, comic books can be an investment opportunity, right? Not every comic that we have is going to be worth $1.26 million, but you never know when you might have the next Action Comics number 1 in your hands, right? Or Detective 27. You never know. In 60 years, that Major X number 1 could be I can't even say it, man, without laughing. Hell no. That Major X is going to be a Hey, for those of you that watched my review Marvel DC video from yesterday, what did you think of that new corner that I have where I kind of changed some things around, and I got the old CRTV over there, and I got my comics table with some of the posters? What do you guys think of that corner? I think it was Old Wolf that actually said, Hack79 says, got to get back to work later, guys. Danny says, dang, I want the facsimile. Old Wolf, I think, was the one that told me next time I do a video from that corner, actually have the TV on and have a game in the background. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to have the music up because that might get me hemmed up. But I'm going to have a video game going on in the background, man. See if you guys dig that. DMZ Gaming, what's up, brother? Thank you for joining me, my man from across the pond, brother. Danny Boy says, nice change. It's got that new pedigree tag from CGC. Yeah, it was like a silver label, right? Is that what that is? Here, let's go back over. There it is. Yeah. Universal pedigree. So is that like a black and silver? First appearance of Human Torch. Yeah, man, that's such an awesome cover too, man. Damn, a 9.4. I wonder where did it get dinged? Right? Like, and I know in the past I've heard from others that the older the book gets, the more lenient CGC kind of is, right? If it's a golden age or silver age book and it gets a certain score, a modern book that looks the same probably won't get the same score. I've heard that in the past. I don't know that to be true. Nobody from CGC has told me that, but I've kind of seen that. I've seen it because I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this book, and to me, it doesn't look like it'd even be a 9.4. But again, they probably are more lenient with older books. This is from 1939, dog. Before the United States of America was in World War II, this comic was out. So that's crazy, man. Pope Cerebus, what do you feel about pedigree books from known collections? I guess I really don't have a thought on it, man. I've never really thought about it. I guess it's like somebody well known in the comic community that has a book that's old as dirt, and they send it, right? They send it to get graded, and it gets a pedigree. I don't exactly know how that pedigree works. Are they interesting to you? I like that I like the color at the top. Like the blue, to me, the blue is beautiful. And the yellow signature series is awesome too. I love it. I have one purple, that's the restored, and that's my Silver Surfer issue number 4. And I believe that's it. I don't have a green label or a red label. But damn, that black and white looks nice too, man. I like that. So let's get into the last book so all of you guys can go back to work. I do have a couple books that I bought during the week too that I wanted to show you if you guys want to stick around to see that. Let's get into the last book that is from New Comic Book Day though, and that's going to be Once and Future. Issue number 4 from Boom Studios, man. This is written by Kieran Gillen. Artist is Dan Mora, man. This is amazing. I absolutely love this series, and this story is so dope, man. Every issue just kind of like gives you more and more about who this grandmother and her family is, and they're monster hunters, and what this kind of journey they're going through to stop King Arthur, right? This is amazing, guys. If you're not reading this, you need to get into this series. This is awesome. The artwork is so, I'm going to show you one. The artwork is dope. Look at this. Look at this dude getting his head chopped off, man. Godly. I think the artwork is so amazing. Then the other police officer gets the damn blade through his stomach. Man, the artwork in here is awesome. You find out more. So this is a story that's been told throughout time, right? It comes from the Middle Ages, right? The story of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table with Percival, Lancelot, Galahad. You find out King Arthur is back and he's trying to take over the world. And to do that, he has to find this grail. So now this new knight, who is Galahad, has to go find this new holy grail, but he has to go through this door. And to be able to get through this door, he has to find, I think it's called the Fisher King. DMZ Gaming, I'll never own one, but they are cool. Edwin, they are huge collections of older comics that are kept in such high grade. Aha! Got you. Samuel David, it's the best. Danny Boy didn't get to pick up any of those issues. May have to pick up the trade. Yes, definitely pick up the trade. So he has to get through this. The Galahad has to get through this door to find his destiny, right? And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you that when he actually walks. He walks through the door, right? He gets here. He walks through the door, and in the next panel, he says, "I'm looking for my destiny." There he is down there. So Galahad is the evil guy going for the grail, and we find out that the guy in the very front cover that we've been following with his grandmother, his middle name is Percival, right? I want to get that right. It's Percival. Percival is also, Percy. So if you see up here, his name, he says it's Percy, Percival. Percival is also one of the Knights of the Round Table for King Arthur, and he is kind of, I think it's called like the kind knight or something like that, the Grail Knight. So now there's these two knights that are having to go and fight to get whatever this grail is, but we find out that this Fisher King was actually the grandfather of this protagonist, and is the husband of the old lady, and they're both monster hunters. And the reason that he is helping King Arthur and Galahad out is because he's a monster hunter with no monsters to hunt. So it's not that he's evil, but he's bored. So he wants to create these monsters again so he can go and live life like he used to, man. It's Once and Future is so great, man. I cannot wait to read more of this. I know it's going to be a mini series or whatever. It's not going to be an ongoing. I really wish it was, because I would buy this series forever. I'm going to say something that some of y'all might not like, but this is better than Die. And this is even better than the Die at the very beginning, when I thought Die was just an incredible read. Once and Future is awesome. Awesome. I'd give it a 9 to 9.5. Should it get a perfect rating? No, a lot of books probably don't deserve a perfect rating. There's one or two things in there that you're like, maybe it could have done a little bit better. But this one, man, is damn near perfection. The whole series, man. Let's move over to Comic Book Roundup. 9.2 from critics and an 8.9 from users. Let's see. Is Wolf in here? No Wolf Warner. No Wolf Warner. If we go back to the critics, 10, 10s, 10s, 9, 7s, 8, 8, 8, 5. The lowest grade is an 8.0 from Comic Crusaders. Says, once in future, we'll come with 2 covers, blah, 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 whatever. Who cares what they say? In my opinion, guys, I thought it was going to be ongoing. I hope it is, Samuel. I don't know. Is it cool to call you Sam? SD? Samuel David? I'm sorry. Let's go with Samuel. But sweetness hard, but great art. I think the artwork is fantastic. That's another thing that puts it just above everything else, man, because the artwork, Dan Moore's artwork is just beautiful, man. I think it's just some great storytelling that the artwork really brings everything together. And you want to know the first book that I read this week? First book I read was Money Shot. Money Shot. Out of everything I bought, Money Shot was the first book. But Once in Future was the second book I read, man. And it should have been the first one, man. I thought it was just fantastic. Guys, before we go, want to remind you that I still have my giveaway going. 900 subscribers. So if you have not entered into that giveaway, go hit up that video that is titled, what the hell is it titled? I can't even, I'm having a brain fart. It's my Half Price Books comic haul video from like last week. So I have these. Let's move over back to the big screen. So I have these 3 packs of comics that I'm going to give away. Very easy to join that, to enter that giveaway. Just got to like the video, comment down below, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Just comment, man. Comment what you thought of Half Price Books. If you have a Half Price Books, just I want to be entered in. Go and do that. I think right now, man, there's probably about 70 some people that have joined the giveaway, which is insane to me. But I think that if by next week, because next week, Friday, I plan on this very show, this Friday live show that I do, I'm going to pick the winner. If by some grace of God that I have hit the 1,000, I'm going to add something else into that giveaway. So you definitely want to be around for that. I'm going to show you a few books that I picked up this week. I met up with one of my fellow comic community members here in San Antonio, AJ. Sometimes he's in the chat, hits me up on Instagram. He knew that I wanted a book, and it was this one, Batwing issue 19. As you guys know, this is that first appearance of Lucius Fox. He hit me up on Instagram. He's like, hey, Edwin, because I picked up Batwing 20 from Half Price Books. I said, but 19 is really the one that people want. And he hit me up on Instagram. He's like, Edwin, man, if you want the book, I got it, dude. I have it. I said, man, I can't really pay you what I see those books are going for online. He's like, don't worry about it, man. I got you. And he gave me a price, and it was a little bit over cover, right? So he bought this book at $4. And he said, dude, just give me $6 for it. And I was like, are you sure, man? He's like, it's called Comic Karma, bro. Comic Karma. I said, dude, hell yeah, man. So we met up this week, and he gave me this book, right? But then he gave me like a brown bag. Like he had this in a brown bag, and he added other books, dude. So for this $6 price, he gave me Batman Incorporated issue number 5, which is that first appearance of the Batman from Africa who actually retires in this issue. He gave me this book. He gave me New Avengers issue number 49, which I want to say is the first like cameo appearance of the Dark Avengers, right? You got Iron Patriot in there as Norman Osborn. You got Venom as Spider-Man, a bunch of different characters. So he gave me this book too, which is awesome. I absolutely love this artwork on this. This is done by Philip Tan, I think. So it's a Michael Bendis. But this was a really great series. Then he gave me Fear Itself, issue number 7. This is, again, another awesome series, guys. If you've never read Fear Itself, this issue in particular is one of the only times that Captain America actually holds the hammer of Thor. And I put that on Instagram the other day on my stories. I took a picture of it, and I was like, what issue is this from? And it is from this issue. Captain America picks up the hammer of Thor. And the big one, he gave me this book. He hit me up. He's like, hey, dude, do you have that? Do you have this book? And I was like, nah, I don't have it. And he said, dude, I got a few of them. I got you. And he gave me this. Thor, issue number 1, man. This is the first appearance of Jane Foster as Thor. Woo! Dude, when I pulled the comics when I pulled the comics out of that brown bag and I saw this in there, dude, I couldn't thank him enough, man. Like, this is going in the personal collection. This is an awesome, beautiful cover, in my opinion. This is just an awesome cover. Jason Aaron doing the writing. Jane Foster's Thor was pretty cool. I liked it. I think I read the entire series of her as as Thor, and it just sucks because every time she wanted to be Thor, it hindered her from fighting the cancer, right? Because she had cancer. Jane Foster had cancer, but every time she turned into Thor, it made the cancer worse. But she knew she had to turn into Thor to go fight crime, go fight these villains. So she was kind of in a conundrum, like, do I turn into Thor and I go save the world, or do I stop and stay in this hospital and get this chemo that I need? And eventually it hit her, like she couldn't do it anymore, so she had to give up the mantle of Thor. But now we know that Jane Foster is the Valkyrie, which is cool too, man. Dylan's Comic Book Rants, what's up, brother? What's up, Dylan? We are nearing the end of the show, man. Thank you for joining right at the end. I will have this up as a replay whenever it gets done doing its thing. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe tonight I will be on live with Perry just to shoot the poop with Perry and talk comics and talk whatever's new in the world, man. Be having some bourbon on that show. Danny Boy says nice karma. Yeah, definitely, man. I am a true believer in comic karma and the comic gods smiling upon me. So what I do as far as giveaways and those kind of things, and I feel like it comes back to you guys, and the nice things that you do for people, they come back to you tenfold. I talk about it on Wednesdays or Thursdays Instagram live show when I come to you live from the Garage Gym as the Comic Gym Jabroni. Be positive, man. Positivity. Be positive everything that you do in your life, and think positive thoughts. Think positive thoughts, man. Like what was that fairy? What was that movie from Hook? Hook. The movie Hook. Peter Pan. If you think happy thoughts, you will fly, right? Is that what it is? But hey, be the best versions of yourself that you can be, man. Be active. Be positive. It's a great day. You're alive. Comic books in your life. You're reading some great stuff, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be on later with Perry, hopefully, if I get the invite. I'm never too sure about that anymore. I'm just messing with you, Perry. So, guys, thanks for watching. I will catch you next time. Have a great day. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And I will catch you on Tuesday. Buy or pass on Rod's channel. Take it easy. Edwin the Comic Jabroni. Out. How do we stop this stream?